So I've written another blog. This one's called 6 Questions, the Answer to Every Leadership Challenge. And one of the things I think sets me apart in terms of the way I coach leaders and develop their skills and capabilities is that I always share with them the mental frameworks and models that I'm using in order to navigate them through whatever is going on around them and help them make good decisions and move forward. And the meta model, the killer app if you like, is really just 6 very simple questions, or at least they seem simple, but when you use them properly, they are the key to unlocking whatever is going on and getting yourself moving forward again. So let's take a look at them. So as I run you through these 6 questions, it might be useful to be thinking about a particular situation you're dealing with now. Maybe it's a challenge you've got, or maybe it's an opportunity that you're kind of just trying to figure out how you're going to move on. And then think about the answers to each of these questions as we go through. So question number 1 is, who are you? And particularly, who are you relative to what's going on? How do you think about yourself in relation to the potential challenge or opportunity that's in front of you? Now, I don't mean this identity that you've created for yourself, the story you keep relentlessly telling yourself about who you are and who you aren't. I mean, who are you when you show up at your best and most resourceful? Because when you're in that place, you find the answers to almost whatever is going on around you. Question number 2 is, what do you want? What is the outcome you're aiming at? Even if you're dealing with a problem, there can only be a problem if it's getting in the way of an outcome you're trying to reach for. The problem is, what you think you want is a story as well. And when we get underneath that and we get down to what you truly want, you unlock a huge amount of hidden motivation that wasn't available to you before. Question number 3 is, what's going on out there? Just how clearly are you understanding what's going on, and how are you shaping your response to it? And again, a lot of the way you see the world is through a lens of who you are and what's gone on in the past. So we can unpack that and we can begin to look underneath that and make sure that we're getting the full perspective of what's happening around us and we're formulating the best way forward. Question number 4 is, who's on the bus? Who do you need to get on board in order to deliver the types of outcomes that you want, and how are you going to get them on board? How are you going to collaborate with them? How are you going to inspire them, influence them and learn from them in order to deliver your outcomes, and of course to ensure that their outcomes are met as well? Question number 5 is, what do we need to do? What's the path of least resistance in terms of the set of actions that will move you from where you are to where you want to go? Not the easiest and not the most comfortable, but the most direct route. And then what's stopping us from just taking those actions? And the final question, question number 6, is it working? Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? And is the doing of that delivering the outcome we want? So this question really is about, how are you measuring progress? Are you measuring it in terms of compliance, i.e. doing the things you're supposed to be doing? And are you also measuring whether it's giving you the desired outcomes, or whether you need to make some changes and refinements to what you're doing? So at face value, these 6 questions all seem pretty simple and easy. The challenge of what I do is holding your feet to the fire until we find the true answers, and kind of not letting you default back to the behaviours and thinking that you've always used thus far, because that's where true breakthroughs and transformations in your performance will come from.